Show Me Your News.
And now, coming through your speakers and into your ears, it's the gaming podcast that you all know and love. It's Show Me Your News.
Welcome to Show Me Your News.
Pinnacle for delivering and debating the gaming news that matters the most to you.
Rumor-filled gossip, hardware blunders, or upcoming releases.
If it relates to video games, we want to talk about it. Who's that second guy?
I don't know, that's for sure. I am Yoko, and I am all auto-showed out.
I am Super, and this was actually supposed to be Buzz's spot.
I am Buzz, and I just got edged out of my spot.
He edge-hogged you.
I know, right?
I'm Tony, and Evangelion has successfully screwed my brain twice.
Yeah, it did.
Hot.
Our top stories today for episode 126 of the podcast on Saturday, January 18th, 2013. It was going to be the 19th, but Buzz decided he was available today, so we're like, let's podcast today. Woo! Games are under attack from the NRA, because it's been a long time since we had a traditional podcast. We had that thing called the Game of the Year Awards in the middle, so there was that whole tragic Newtown shooting, and games have come under fire. Why? We'll find out.
Why would you use that wording?
That's true.
Yoko's very funny today.
Because I'm a terrible person.
Mm-hmm.
The Valve box was made
People are
official at CES. Also, big Smash news with Apex 2013, and also EVO 2013 is offering up a donation drive. Guess which game is in the lead? And the hilarity of the week,
Hello Kitty
Googly
Adventure.
Eyes. Googly Eyes in games. It's
Googly Games.
Googly Games.
That's already the episode title. I don't care what happens afterwards.
Got some games out recently. We got Soapbox and a thought on those aforementioned Game of the Year awards. But, Buzz, welcome back to Show Me Your News. I know it's been a long time, and people have wondered, where has he gone? What has he been doing? But it's very good to have you back.
I'm glad to be back. Sadly, my story isn't that all that interesting. It's just life. Just been busy. Like, last night, for example, got a personal trainer for the first time in my life, and he wanted to kill me. So
That is what they do.
I will never go to a personal trainer again.
I hope you just bought Zumba and it just tried to kill you.
Zumba's awful. But yeah,
I sell a lot of them.
Cater's out of town this week. Little Sugar Saw's gone. So
Drove to Florida for the weekend.
Yep.
yeah, she drove to Florida herself.
And that's why I'm like, okay,
We did.
this is the be-all, end-all week to get Buzz back on the show.
That's right.
It's got to happen. So, it very good to have you back.
And here it is right now, happening.
I know.
Not
That's why
next
we are
December.
live.
Follow up, guys.
Not next spring.
Not next year. I can announce today. Okay. That's a dated reference. Anyway, last week on What Are You Playing, episode 13, Super and I were on the show. Major Moses was a guest on the show. And we talked about our gaming resolutions, which were the 5 games that we said that we would attempt to play as much as possible, beat what have you, by the end of the year. As a recap, Super, do you remember yours?
I basically copped out a little bit. No, I said I was going to play Dead
I
Space
already
3.
played them.
Yeah. No.
all.
I said I was going to play Dead Space 3, Gears of War Judgment, BioShock Infinity, the new Deadpool game, and then I copped out and said, yeah, and the Wii U. I'm going to beat the Wii U.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You are.
Do you remember that
console.
commercial?
Not a
The
game.
commercial
The console.
show where it was like talking about how fast their internet service was, and this guy was like on the internet, and he went to his wife, and she's like, "I thought you were gonna web browse," and he's like, "I finished the internet."
I did it. It's done.
I'm trying to download the internet. It's really hard.
It's
My games were Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door, Tales of Symphonia, Devil May Cry franchise, Banjo-Kazooie, and Super Mario Bros. 3 and World.
I'm so glad that Tony wasn't on the show last time, or else we would just had heard that all day long.
Yeah, you would have.
Just all the woos.
Just
Yeah.
the woos or the oof.
I freaked out at Kazooie and Paper Mario. I was so psyched.
Just flailing his arms about.
Well,
He-
Tony,
he-
what
He went
about
full Kermit.
Tony? What about your games?
I just hastily threw something together. Yes.
The best way
I-
to make a resolution, absolutely.
I put
Hastily
Walking
thrown
Dead
together.
on here. I put Walking Dead on here because I heard it was okay.
Okay, it won the second game of the year.
Oh yeah.
That game.
I'm sorry. Did you not listen to the show? So I just spoiled it for you.
No, I listened to it. I actually listened to it in my car. It was pretty fun.
I'm proud of you.
It's fun listening to the stuff in the car. It seems like an actual like radio show. I put Mass Effect Trilogy, but for reals this time,
Yeah.
which will probably be what I get to after Walking Dead, Journey, and Okami. That's gonna be an ordeal. I put just because I know I'll get to it. South Park, which should be a given because they're like, it's gonna be South Park, but it's gonna play like Paper Mario, and I'm like, all right, how much do you want for it? And I put, because I haven't played a Final Fantasy in a while, I want to play 7 because that's a big deal. It's 7.
It's amazing.
It is amazing, so I want to get to that. And also, no one will care about this. You will if what I do with it and works out, but I put WWE 13 on here. To those of you who know I want to do a YouTube review show, I kind of want to do a backyard wrestling sketch with that. So for your entertainment, I might get beat up. So look forward to that if that all works out in the future.
Are you gonna make us all and have us all wrestle?
Sure.
Perfect.
I'll do that.
Buzz, do you have gaming resolutions?
I do. First is Borderlands 2 DLC. That counts for 2. There's still 2 left. Is that 2 games or is that 1 game?
I don't think you can get away with saying it's 2 games.
They're purchased separately. Anyway, I do want to play The Walking Dead. I'm not a fan of zombie games. In fact, I'm very susceptible to horror games in general. I get scared easy. That's probably why I probably should make a Let's Play of scary games. I'd be like perfect for it. But like the reason it's a big deal that The Walking Dead got Game of the Year is everyone thought the adventure genre was dead. They were like, oh, it was so cute. It had its day in the 90s and it was fun. But then, action games and first-person shooters came, and then, adventure games died. And here we are, and 2012 Game of the Year is an adventure game made by Telltale. And I was like, that
do it right.
is just awesome. So I do need to play that game. But the rest of my list is reserved for unknown Ouya games because
Ooh.
I haven't purchased a
yeah?
Wii U yet, and there's no games I'm particularly after until like Smash and Zelda come out, so I'm kind of holding off on Wii U for now. But I am investing in the Ouya console specifically because I'm a developer and I want to build games for it. But while I'm at it, I will be looking at the library and seeing what unique IPs appear there. I guess I could.
Hey, we need to get on that, bro.
I guess I could put on a Starbound on my list. Starbound is the spiritual sequel to Terraria, but it takes place in space.
Here's Terraria is going to be coming to Xbox Live and PlayStation Network.
I heard that, but that doesn't make sense to me because Terraria is a very mouse-driven game, so it'd be very awkward to aim some of your weapons. But I don't know, maybe they'll make it work.
Better with Kinect.
Now, last year we were talking about the Valve Box, GameCube, etc. If you could put it in stone, that 0-2D would be on that system.
Yep.
Can you do the same and amend that declaration now, but for Ouya instead?
Was amend the right word to use there?
I don't know.
Well, as I say, I just kind of affirm. But I want to do both. Like, the fact that there is a Steam box and the Ouya is coming out, I'm definitely going to push for it much harder. Because here, my concern, and the reason it was so hard was, I have controllers, and I can test on controllers, but, like, most PC gamers don't have controllers anymore.
Yeah.
Like, you either have just a PC, and you play PC games on it, or you have a PC and a console. But I don't know many people that have a game controller for their PC. Do you guys have game controllers for your PC?
I have an Xbox controller.
I use my Xbox controller.
I'm gonna start maybe playing PC games, and I'm gonna get a controller. Yeah,
Yeah. So
there I'm wrong, but
good.
you know.
At least you're my test squad for when I need to test build.
Yeah, we're a special bunch.
Yep.
So, yeah. So it all depends on when I get my Ouya. I didn't get a dev kit. Dev kits they were like $800. So no.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought the $99 purchase for Kickstarter technically covers a dev
Well, no,
kit.
yeah. When you get the console, the actual $99 console, they are dev kits too, but it's $800 to get the ones that ship in December. So I don't have $800 on me, so I'm just gonna wait till it comes out and then get it working.
Interesting.
So
We'll figure that out too.
I could have done a Kickstarter. Get an Ouya for Buzz, $800.
A Kickstarter
Zero
for-
2D Kickstarter.
Yeah. There you go.
Well, let's get into the headlines here because we only have an hour and a half of the show, and we're already digging into that time here.
Need to catch up.
The last time we had a show was mid-December, early December actually.
Yep.
And so it's been a long time. Like I mentioned, the terrible events in Newtown just adds to the different mass shootings and all. And Wayne LaPierre, the NRA spokesman, made a statement, and the video game industry was goodness, I could say so many things, and they are all weapon specific. That is horrible. I just ran through like 3 in my head.
I
I'm
said
like,
balked. Why wouldn't
Nope.
you use that?
I mean, I'm trying. What did you say? Balked?
Balked.
That doesn't make any sense.
Balked.
BALKED.
Yeah. Balked. Yeah, I know what that word is.
Balkan.
But that's.
Recoiling.
I'm
No,
trying to think.
that's still
I'm
a
trying
gun
to think
term.
I'm trying to think what Wayne LaPierre
God dang
did
it.
to the game industry, and he did not balk at the game industry.
The rest of the show is us trying to think of how to word
the way
this.
you were saying it is that the game industry balked at him.
That is a fair statement, but that's not how I was setting it up.
I don't know. That's what it sounded like you were saying.
Anyhow, he made the statement that video games are a shadow industry that sows violence against its own people. That there are vicious, violent video games with names like Bulletstorm, Grand Theft Auto, Mortal Kombat, and Splatterhouse.
I like most of those.
Mm.
Quick survey again, Buzz. Anyone kill anybody today?
I'm sure someone has somewhere.
No, I mean in this chat.
What?
No, I'm saying we all game.
Everyone in the
Right.
chat games. Everyone
Exactly.
in the call games. Has anyone here killed someone today?
Just today.
Well, I, don't
whatever.
want to say, but no.
You know, the law and whatnot.
I think.
I haven't had any desire to pick up a Hellfire SMG and torch anybody. No.
So, what the hell? I don't understand. Aren't we over this still? Aren't we in that? Like, haven't we as a race, like, gotten to the point where it's like, come on, guys? No.
Well, here's the thing. I understand where they're coming from. Like, I'm a fairly religious individual, and I kind of agree with the sentiment that you shouldn't overexpose yourself to too many violent movies and too many violent games, whatever, on that kind of stuff.
Sure.
Like, I support that mentality, but I would never carry it so far to say, oh man, if we would just get rid of these guns in movies, there'd be no gun violence. Like, now hang on, that's where it crosses the line of you're just finding something to blame it on. Violent people play violent video games, not violent video games make violent people. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, when you were saying before with, the people watching, like, it's all a matter of moderation and
Right.
self-control. It's not saying we must limit the other side and the media, and they use the media because it's a scapegoat. It's a common thing to blame without actually placing any responsibility on the self.
Well, and you'll know that in politics, in any issue of politics, the worst thing you can do is nothing. You know, we have to do quote unquote something. We must do something. You know, oh, someone got shot again. Well, let's do something. Oh, video games. It's video games' fault. Let's do something.
I love that this has been deemed a big deal. Like, sometimes things like this will happen and it'll just be like, okay, and then a week will pass and it's over. They seem to be making a big ruckus about this, at least.
Well, yeah, especially with, the ESA meeting with Joe Biden, and they seem to have a, overall positive meeting. You had apparently $10 million, which is going to be spent on a future study to determine these effects. And I think some people are really worried about that. I mean, yes, obviously $10 million of way too much to seem to be spent on something like that. But if it gets the result of a government-run study definitively saying that there is no correlation, that's pretty strong proof in your corner. And considering all the results so far, you think that's how a survey or study like that would ultimately turn out.
You know what someone should do is make an age rating system for these games that parents should look at before they let their kids play it.
Oh yeah, that'd be good to use.
Wait.
That's genius.
I don't know.
But then again, that's responsibility.
How many
We
times
can't
I saw-
have any of that.
I make a point to say that when I sell one. I'm like, this kid's like 8. It's like Call of Duty, right?
You know, this is partially a tangent, but it relates. Is my parents never gave me just money and said, "Hey, go do stuff with this." Like, my parents didn't do allowance. So, all growing up, if I wanted to do something, it was all cleared by my parents. So, like, I would say, "Hey, my friends are going to this movie. I want to go with them." They say, "Oh, okay," and then they hand me money to go see it. But like, there was never just like floating cash in my wallet where I could be like, I'm going to go down to the store and pick up Bulletstorm even though I'm 9 years old or something.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, if you don't want it in your home, don't let kids have it. But why does there need to be a law about it?
And then you wait till your kid's like mentally capable. I think my mom had to get me MGS3 because I was like 16. And it was like
Nice.
But it's like, well, of course I'm okay with that now.
You're mature. You got the mature rating.
I saw Eva's boobies.
There we go. Okay, well, what do we think about the...
Classing up the show.
I was going to say,
High
it sounds like a 16-year-old mentality right there. What do we think
I
of
can handle
the
violence.
the game that is made and, sponsored by the NRA called NRA Practice Range?
I like how they put their name on it.
That is a free shooting simulator for iOS. That was released 1 month after the Sandy Hook tragedy.
On the day.
And it was given a rating on iTunes of 4 and up.
Gotta get those kids early.
That's good. It's great.
I like the foresight on this one. I like the hindsight on this one.
I just don't like the. I mean, is there anything in it besides target shooting?
That's about it. But then you can
Depends on
buy an AK-47 for 99 cents and a sniper rifle for 99 cents.
Oh no!
But then again, video games sow violence against its own industry. So
let's make a video game.
Yeah, that's the thing is. The people, especially the politicians legislating against this kind of stuff, it's like they see guns as just this pure embodiment of evil, and that's their whole premise for opposing this kind of stuff. It's like, really, there's nothing wrong with guns. People go shooting for sport all the time.
Mm-hmm.
We use knives, big dangerous knives, in the kitchen to make food. People used guns for a long time to hunt for food. Like, all these big evil things all have good, useful purposes.
At the end of the day, crazy people find a way, too.
Yeah, well, and if what they say is true, if they say, gun violence makes you, seeing all this gun violence makes you violent, then how come, people that go, into the military and handle real guns and shoot at real people don't come home psychopaths and kill everyone in their sight?
Mm-hmm.
Depending on if they, don't get PTSD or something
Well, yeah,
like
if you have
that.
PTSD or something.
There's always that, but,
Yeah,
not everyone's coming back is his point, and I agree.
But Yeah, and the point is they were handling guns, they were using them, and they didn't come home being like, I love guns, I have to shoot people all the time, I love it.
The gun debate isn't the issue here. The point is the
NRA is stupid. That's it.
Yes. Basically, yes.
The NRA is insensitive at their timing of their game? Probably.
Just trying to save face.
I mean, the rating had to be changed to 12 and up because of political pressure, but not the best move there.
No.
A little hypocritical.
But still, I still don't think like they should suffer any heat for it, because it's like if someone famous were you stopped that. Oh, you.
This.
If like someone were bludgeoned with a bat or something, would we have to like, be cautious about bats and not release a new model of bat for the MLB or something, or not release a baseball game because a bat was involved? Like, I just don't think that just because guns were involved, we can't release a gun game.
I don't know. Did Louisville Slugger go out and say that baseball bats are, playing baseball is what's causing all these problems, and then they go and release a bat?
A bat app?
Is that what happened?
Just
because the NRA said that video games are the problem, one of the problems, and then they go and release a video game.
Well, I just don't think it's a video game that falls in the scope of their argument. Nope. That's just my view. Because you look at the kind of games they listed.
It's at least similar and tangentially related.
Yes, no, I understand that. I'm just saying, like, of the games they listed, being things like, Bulletstorm and all these really gruesome games, it's
because
like
there are guns in Mortal Kombat, absolutely.
Yeah,
that's
true.
You shoot ice.
One guy has a gun. I don't know if he's in this game, but what's his name? I forgot his name. Dang it!
That's not fair.
The cop guy in Mortal Kombat 3 who shoots people for his special.
I don't know.
Anyway,
there's a couple cop people.
I'm just struggling to make a connection from Mortal Kombat to guns, but anyway.
Anyway, let's talk about something more fun to talk about, and that is the Steam Box, or GameCube, or Valve Box, or all these things.
Steam Box for the win.
Confirmed. Striker was the name of the cop. Striker.
Oh.
Made the debut at CES. Gabe Newell talking about how there are multiple, concepts floating around. One was called Python, had a code name there. Basically, actually Bigfoot was another code name. Interesting points. I don't know, Buzz, if you wanted to touch on this. Some of these points in this article.
I'm sure Buzz
just
wants
before
to
we
touch
start,
this all over.
Yeah, I just think it's funny that just like any other company, Valve. I mean, Valve is not alone in this, but it's always. No, there's no Steam Box. No, it's not real. No, I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, it's real. Like every company does the same thing. I mean, it's mainly for shareholders and just for, proper PR and whatever else. But anyway. Yeah, of course.
That was my Twitter, sorry.
Yeah.
That was pretty awesome.
Thank you.
Kazooie out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Of course Valve's going to make a console. Of course they're going to make a console. Like, it's just too perfect. It's like they have digital distribution in their back pocket, and they pretty much run the PC game industry. Why not interfere with console games?
Why not?
Exactly.
I'm getting really scared of the next generation from just some of the stuff I've heard, and I feel like I don't know. I'm getting a little scared for Sony's sake a little bit.
Oh, I hope they die.
I know you do. I don't.
I'm so done with this three
Three?
system.
Oh,
Three system.
it's awesome.
wars.
But I feel like they're gonna do an
Okay.
extra stupid thing next generation, and it's gonna maybe kill them.
It's possible. And Valve's going to...
I don't know. Is it going to be possibly projecting images on a wall? Oh, wait,
That's what I heard.
Microsoft.
I wasn't there for that one, and I was listening to that one in my car. And I'm like, oh no.
Okay, well, let me hit these bullet points really quick. The first one says Valve's own Steam Box will be sold by Valve and will run Linux, though you can install Windows on it if you want. Gabe says this is not some locked box by any stretch of the imagination. So it's basically a computer. Like it'll be specialized. It'll be small and compact, easy to put on your entertainment center, and you can plug controllers into it if you want to. Well, you kind of have to, but like Don't let any of the words fool you. It's a computer. It's just a really small computer, really good for gaming though.
And it's probably going to be far and away stronger than the thing I'm using right now.
Yep. The typing is very loud, just so you know.
Yeah.
Oh,
Tony.
sorry.
Yep.
Well, that's
Got it.
actually part of the problem too. Is while they haven't released an official price, a lot of people are concerned it's going to cost a lot of money because you're basically buying a gaming PC in one little box. But the nice part is you don't have to buy too much other stuff. Like, it'll just plug in your TV, for example.
Mm.
So, anyway, the second point is the controller shipping with Valve's Steambox won't use motion, but as expected, they will probably use some kind of biometric feedback.
What, like
That part
Rumble?
I didn't really understand / care about.
Vitality sensor.
I know vitality sensor, but
Yep.
If there was
I
a
did-
commercial for that, I would hope that would be the exact tone they would use.
Just this overarching.
no, I just hope that you can plug in other controllers like generic ones. And judging by the fact that it's just a generic computer, sounds like that'll be the
Your
case.
heartbeat.
I have 2 Logitech dual analog gamepads, and they're awesome. So
I hardly even have a computer. Although I have built myself a nice budget computer. I
yeah,
just need to
but
buy it now.
Gabe mentions gaze tracking as being super important.
Ooh.
Gaze, Gaze, not tracking. Gaze.
Have
How
their own
did
little gay
my-
planet. Oh wait.
Oh, well, now suddenly it's not as interesting.
Yeah. So bad.
May not make that joke. Damn.
Yeah, I gotta get on the ball there, Tony. Or, sorry, balls.
Oh, this show is punny. It's painful. Valve wants you to make your own Steam stores. Gabe says some people will create Team stores, some people will create Sony stores, some people will create stores with only games that they think meet their quality bar. Somebody's going to create a store that says these are the worst games on Steam. So that's an example of where our thinking is leading us right now.
That's
A
awesome.
list of the worst games, okay.
You're like, I shop at the worst Steam game store. Yeah.
Attention, like people purposely make bad games so people can be like, oh, this game's like $2. I'm gonna try it out. Oh man, it's bad.
According to
And then they-
Gabe's logic, that's where the industry is headed.
Dude, that's brilliant though.
It's called the War Z.
Oh.
Anyway, the fourth point. The Steambox, codenamed Bigfoot at Valve. Why do people codename crap? Just call it the Steambox. Won't just be a PC. It'll be a server too, with the near future enabling you to have one PC and 8 televisions and 8 controllers and everybody getting great performance out of it. Yeah, the Steambox is not going to be able to handle that. I'm sorry. I don't know why they're saying that, but it's just not. Maybe 2 TVs. That would be cool. I would love to be like 2 or 3 people, LAN party kind of, play on one console kind of thing. But
I think they're gonna.
no way the Steambox could handle 8. At least not on max settings.
No. But I would think that if they have that as an idea, I think they're going to push for at least 4.
Yeah.
I would love to see that. But I just have my doubts.
No, and that's pretty. I mean, I think they're really pushing it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've seen
But
some pretty cool things.
I'm going to have to go back and dig through our old episodes, because I'm pretty sure I called Valve a liar when they said that they were not making a Steambox. I don't know what my
That would
exact
be
words were,
interesting.
but I'm pretty
So-
sure I didn't believe them for a minute. But anyway, Steambox,
Okay.
yeah.
I'm
Go
getting
ahead.
pretty excited for the digital age of gaming.
Oh,
the
for sure.
more I'm thinking about it. And Game Grumps started talking about like shorter games, but like lower prices because they don't have to manufacture stuff. And I'm like, yeah.
Speaking of which, though, have you guys noticed a sudden burst in hardware?
Yeah.
Like, think about it. I don't know if you guys have been following this, but there's the Ouya, Steambox, Game Stick, which is kind of like Ouya, but a little smaller.
Oculus Rift.
Oculus Rift, GCW Zero is a new handheld. I can't describe it. It's not that powerful. It's got a 4:3 ratio screen, really low resolution.
It's also a terrible name.
Yeah, it's a weird name.
among other things.
I know there's other ones. Anyway, but yeah, it's like suddenly there's this huge surge in hardware options, and that's very bizarre. It's like just like we were saying, like, yeah, the world's going digital. The day will come when it'll be very hard to find a physical copy of a game. And it's like, I didn't expect a bunch of new consoles. I thought, like, the big three would make the transition, not a bunch of people that will come out of the woodworks and be like, I'm making a console. Hey, me too. Yeah, let's all buy each other's consoles. Yay.
That's good, actually, though, because it's going to push the big three to do not stupid things.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good for competition.
Honestly,
And the other good...
I feel like this smaller kind of almost indie console movement is what's gonna push things forward. It's because I think the big three, if this hadn't happened, probably would go on for another 2-3 generations, forcing this kind of what we have right now.
Yeah, competition is definitely a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
There's only one big wrestling company right now. Let's see how that's going.
I didn't see here in this
Gotta
article.
always bring it back to wrestling.
He
If
does.
if you watch the CES 2013 clip on the Steam box, they call it the Piston. It will have replaceable hardware, which is very interesting. So rather than you having to like buy your own RAM and buy your own little graphics card update, which would probably be really hard because they're special parts, just every year or 2 or 3, I don't know how far apart they're going to make them, you just buy a new set of guts for the Steam box. So you open it up, slide the guts out, slide the new guts in. So you don't have to buy a whole new console. You just buy just the innards.
Just like a regular PC.
Yeah.
I think I called it the Python earlier. I apologize. That's a coding language. The Piston.
Yeah.
It was kind of
Piston.
when you said that earlier, I was like, hey, I can mildly code in Python.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought of some guy getting his new box and opening it and just Python's in there and he freaks out.
Jumanji.
Hey, real quick,
animate that. Oh, we don't have that.
Have you guys been using Steam Big Picture mode?
I haven't, but I hear it's very good.
It's very snazzy. I put it on my Mac because my Mac is what's on my TV. I don't feel like moving my computer very often, but it works. It works pretty nicely. And it's just like a console. Like all the buttons are really huge, and you only need a controller. And I would love to have a dedicated Steam box because my Mac sucks at playing games. So,
Mike sucks.
but it was cool. It was cool to play Castle Crashers on my TV.
Hey, who wants to talk about Smash?
I want to talk about Smash.
Super, talk about Smash.
Hold
I
on,
want to talk about
Nick, send me every stupid joke we made on the chat so I can read them later. Okay, go.
I'm glad that was worth it.
No, it'll be worth it later. Okay.
I was hyped, and now I'm a bit less hyped, actually.
Okay.
Thanks
good.
for that. No. What was probably the most fun about this is that Apex this year has come and gone. It was January 11th through the 13th, but let's be honest, it was January 11th through the 14th. Because at 4 a.m.,
Yeah.
Brawl Finals finally finished. 4 a.m. EST.
Oh yeah, that was late.
Which means it was still 1 a.m. in California. I mean, yeah, you could get away with it by calling it Hawaii, but we're getting way beyond.
Interesting, because I woke up at 4 a.m. that day for the first day of the auto show.
Oh god, and oh my god, you would not think Brawl was a campy as hell game if you saw that grand finals.
It's bad.
Mm.
I must say, like, since you just mentioned that, I flipped between both the streams. I had it hooked up to my TV, and I was kind of flipping between the two, just kind of seeing what was going on. You know, when one would play, I'd watch that, and then it would have downtime, so I'd switch. Yeah, you watch Melee, and it's like, you know, oh, here he comes for the down there, and then for the block, and then no for the edge guard. Oh my gosh, oh, he just did an edge guard on, and then you switch over to Brawl, and it's like, nice down air. Oh, good dodge. Oh, and he killed him. Okay. And there's these long windows of silence, and I was just like, really? This is what it has come down to? Why is this game even alive? Like,
I haven't watched competitive Brawl or Melee in a long time, and that was freaking awesome.
It's great.
Amazing. It's amazing. And then to have to watch Brawl, you're just like, ah.
Well, that's kind of why. I was really happy to see the top 4 that I did, because M2K is the only kind of campy player out of that top 4. Because Nairo, he goes full aggressive. Otori, he's a Japanese player. They go full aggressive. Actually, Anti goes full aggressive too. And then there's Mewtwo King, this most boring player sometimes. He's so analytical,
That's the thing is,
And they all use Meta Knight.
Yeah, 90% of the fight. 90% of the fight is short hop back, forward air. Just hop. A receiving attack. They run forward and then short hop back. Forward attack, short hop back. And they would both do it, so they'd both miss, and they would just keep doing that until someone made a mistake, and then they could charge and do a couple more hits. But
I have to say, by the way,
Salem.
and I had to talk to Super like this to get fully up to speed. I remember doing an episode where Meta Knight got banned, and apparently that's not a thing anymore, and I could care less about competitive Meta Brawl again. But good job on that front, whoever did that, because I was like, oh, it's all Meta. Okay, I'm not gonna watch this.
Now he'll never be banned after Apex, because he didn't even win. So
okay,
was
we just have to wade through 100 Meta Knight matches so that one and beat one. That sounds like a really fun tournament.
Just on principle.
Okay. Sorry, everything kind of lagged over here.
Yeah, he kind of cut out.
Bye. Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, basically, like the top 12, amusingly, has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Meta Knights. So that's 50% of the top 12. 2 Marths. An Ice Climber.
Go down the top 12 of Melee.
Top 12 of Melee, I think they're like all different.
Yeah, it's a very good variety. That's the point. You got Peach, Falco, Marth, Sheik, Falco Fox, Jigglypuff, Dr. Mario.
I love watching Shroom.
I agree. Like Captain that was amazing.
So fun.
I wanted him to win so badly. Like his matches against Mewtwo King, he was doing good, and then just kind of tripped up a little bit, but sad.
Tripped up.
Yeah, Shroomed was amazing. No tripping in Melee. Not that kind of tripping.
I know.
So fun to watch Dr. Mario, and I'm a big Mario fan in these games, and I was so happy to see him get so far. Well, he placed into money.
If you go down just a little further, Axe had Pikachu there. He took 9th.
Watching Axe in the World versus the USA, that was amazing. I believe he trashed Kirby Kaze. Or Kirby Case. How do you say his name? Kaze? Okay, that was right. First time. He was so good with that Pikachu. It was...
Yeah.
That up air. That up air wins.
And then you go down here to the 17th, you had a Ganondorf and Ice Climbers. Ganondorf tied Ice Climbers at Apex. That's awesome.
That would almost be the equivalent of, I don't know, a Zero Suit Samus winning the Brawl tournament?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. That happened.
That was crazy.
Yeah, I really like the fact that Hax took 7th as well with the Captain Falcon.
Oh, okay. We're just going to go back to Melee. That's cool.
Yep. No, we are. Because
I'm gonna rant more about it then. Okay, if there was a Street Fighter tournament and it was like all Akumas, but like Dan won, would that be cool? Because that's still stupid to me.
Yeah.
Dan wouldn't win. But that's against the point. This Meta Knight, what the hell, you guys? I quit following you again.
Yeah. I just wanted to talk about Melee doubles for a second. Anybody want to talk about Melee doubles for a second?
I heard there was a controversy with a pause button.
Oh, yeah, that...
Pause the game.
He paused the game.
Pause the game.
He paused the game as someone was dying. And they were both last stock, and one guy was flying away. And he paused the game because most of the time in these matches, when someone's about to die, they pause the game and they exit out so they don't have to go through. They don't have to wait that extra 5 seconds.
Oh my god, yeah, I know. It's so awful.
Yeah, that awful extra 5 seconds. But he paused the game. And the other guy's like, no, I'm still alive. So they unpaused the game, and he died as soon as he unpaused it. And he was trying, and the controversy was, well, he paused the game, he has to lose the stock. But he had won.
Well, something's fishy there, though, because you look in the rules, and it even said pause is disabled. Or should be.
Yeah.
Am I looking at the wrong one? Things. But anyway, yeah, you're supposed to turn it off, especially in a high-profile event, just so it never happens.
Right, and it's just
what if you want to restart the match?
Yeah, it really
it happened on the stream multiple times, and they would just go in and they just kill themselves. Yes, it's inconvenient, but it's better to
I didn't think of that option.
Yeah, it's just better to maintain the integrity of the matches than it is to maintain just a little convenience.
I was just like, what? They're stuck there 8 minutes.
Yeah, no, they just run off the ledge. Yeah.
It was apparently something else with trying to take a partner's stock, and he accidentally hit start, and then he was called on it, and then they lost stock, and it was a question about rule change. It was complicated.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't heard that one. I haven't looked into that.
I'm sorry,
does anyone-
can we reiterate the point that Salem as a zero-suit Samus won Apex Brawl singles? I don't think we touch on this enough.
Do you guys remember
that
the
was his
D-Flicker
first
thing?
That was his first tournament he ever won.
Yep.
I wanted to bring it off again.
He goes from not having won a tournament to, let's just win Apex, where the whole world comes and the best players.
Yeah.
I know Melee was the better tournament and all, but like that was clearly the biggest surprise.
Yeah,
Of course.
no, it was. It was awesome.
Salem is a hell of a Zero Suit Samus. I've played Salem, and he trashed
Oh,
me.
you're gonna name drop now. Okay, that's how it is.
What? No, I just he trashed me. It was just a quick friendly we were playing, and then just wow, I thought I knew the Zero Suit matchup. Apparently, I don't. And I watched him at Phoenix Saga 5, and he fought our Olimar, El Cancel,
Mhm.
and lost.
Hmm.
He lost due to an excellent Gimp, but it was just that's where he ended up. He ended up in 7th place at Phoenix Saga 5, lost to El Cancel and someone else. I think it was Ally. And here he is, not even a month later, or just barely a month later, winning Apex, beating Mewtwo King, beating all of these big names.
Samus, Meta Knight, Marth. Jeez.
I loved seeing Marths in this tournament, by the way, because you have not seen Marths at all. Ever.
Hmm.
Marth has fallen way off the... What the hell just happened?
My
Sorry,
dog's
computer-
playing with his squeaky toy.
Aww.
It's so
My
cute.
computer just kind of died there for a second, just oh, well, there goes my screen. Yeah,
I'm actually surprised you say that, though, because I thought Marth was pretty popular in Brawl. Still pretty
He
high
was.
tier and still pretty common.
he's not too common, because why play Marth when you can play Meta Knight? All the reasons why you would play Marth, you would play Meta Knight.
Link main squeaky toy.
Yep, exactly.
But
It's his squishy burger.
I will say one thing that was the most disappointing thing about Apex is that I am very confident to almost 100% confident that Salem would have lost against Mika Nico had Mika Nico not tripped. A lot of kill setups in the I think winter semis happened because Salem capitalized on a trip.
But he beat Mewtwo King in 2 sets. Both
did.
sets. That's impressive.
Yeah, but again, he was at a deficit against Mega Nico, and a pretty substantial one, and then he trips, goes into one of the amazing down smash setups that Zero
But then
Suit
what?
has.
He'd go to losers bracket because he had
And then come
winners.
Yeah, he would go to losers bracket. I didn't say he was going to lose the tournament, but I just want to make mention that it was him that would have gone against Otori in losers semis, and that could have made a big difference because Salem never met Otori. Or no, wait, I think Salem was actually the one who knocked Otori out. But still, that would have been a great rematch.
So great to see all the different kinds of recoveries. Doing the stuff with the down smash, hadn't seen much of that before because you just don't really see, high level competitive Zero Suit Samuses. So props to him. That was very impressive.
So do you guys remember that D-Flicker thing?
The
That was
D-Flicker
interesting,
thing.
right? Yeah, somebody wanted the D-Flicker offer on. I don't remember.
It
And
was
the other guy said it hurt his eyes.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
Otori
goal.
versus Anti. And I think it was Anti. No, it was DeBuzz. DeBuzz was an Olimar, and he was up against Otori. And Otori, once he got up on stage, he went over and he turned the deflicker on, which would sharpen up the graphics.
Yeah.
DeBuzz sat down, looked at the screen for a split second, and then immediately went to go turn the deflicker off, as he basically said his eyes were watering. And then there was this 15-minute holdup as they debated the rules
Oh my
tried to figure
gosh.
and just tried to figure out, what do we do? What do we do? This has
gosh.
never come up before, ever.
Brawl, ladies and
There's a reason.
gentlemen.
Yeah.
Okay, I
There's
have
a
to.
reason it's never come up because it's stupid.
I've never been able to contribute to these things, but me, Nate, and Nick actually watch these. I don't watch these much. They don't watch them at all. We just laughed the whole time at how serious they took it, and not that I don't take it seriously or think it's cool, but I mean, come on, it's just three of us. Okay, Dr. Pee-Pee. I know that name, but I'm with Nathan and Nick, and we're just making pee-pee jokes for 2 hours.
Well, even the commentators are like, we must wait for Dr. Urine.
Yeah.
Somebody said pee-pee pulled it out at one point.
Mm-hmm.
What was that thing I typed? Oh yeah, somebody was using Olimar, and somebody was like, nothing better than a fresh purple up smash, and I was like, like, we were giggling and making jokes the whole time. It was hilarious. Super's like texting me various serious notions, and I'm just joking. Okay,
Pee-pee.
yeah, it was just Coontail just sat next to the other like commentator, and he was black, and I just saw Coontail next to the black guy, and I just laughed. I don't care if you don't think that was funny. That was really funny to me.
It's just him.
Yes.
So Melee.
Melee.
That
Melee. Melee, very hype. It was really great seeing it was really great seeing some of the teams in Melee, because I really like Melee.
I want to
Melee
go
doubles.
back and watch doubles. I missed. Did they stream it? Or did they only stream
Yeah. I think they streamed doubles.
Okay.
But
All that
everything,
stuff's recorded, right?
I think
Yeah,
I
all-
just missed
everything's
it. But yeah,
recorded.
I need to go back and watch all the videos because I missed the doubles entirely. But I watched most of the Melee, and that was good stuff.
yeah.
I think the Jason Axelrod YouTube channel has a lot of the Apex stuff.
Yeah.
Personally, I'm a big fan of brawl doubles, because I feel like that's the least campy thing there is in
Yeah.
brawl.
I
is
remember
brawl doubles.
even when the competitive scene was really young, I pushed really hard for brawl double. I was like, maybe tournaments should have Melee singles and brawl doubles, because brawl doubles at least opens up some of the meta, and yeah, you can't camp so much because you have two characters to make an approach
Right.
and do
Well,
some dirty stuff.
you have two characters. You have two meta knights to make the approach,
Yeah.
because they actually did ban double meta knight and doubles, because there is nothing you could do against double meta knight.
Just do double pit. Arrow.
Yeah, I have to watch-
Arrow.
Yet I have to watch two Meta Knights fight the whole rest of the tournament, but you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you just bucket? Because friendly fire is like you can hit your opponent, right?
Yeah.
So you could just be game and watch and just bucket like a Samus stuff, right?
Yeah.
See, why don't people
Counter-Strike.
do that?
If your opponents allow you to.
Common strategy, especially it's like Boss is really well known for this, and Boss is, anyone remembers, was a really good Mario for a while.
And Luigi.
And Luigi. He's also a really good Game & Watch, and he often teams with like Fao or someone like that. I don't remember if he was teaming with Fao, but he usually teams with a Lucas, a Ness, or a Kirby, and they bucket all day long. Like a Kirby, for those that don't know, Kirby, when he absorbs Game & Watch, the bacon he fires out of his pan can be bucketed.
How much
normal
does
bacon.
that do though?
Enough to kill.
Really?
Not from 0%, but yeah, about 40-50% it'll kill.
And I guess that's a quick bucket too.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
And your team color's black, so
Oh yeah,
Win-win.
that works too.
Yeah,
yeah.
I only tuned in for like 2 hours of Apex because I was only able to, because I'm like, oh yeah, I'm getting up at 4 a.m. tomorrow. But it was for Melee, and it was worth it. I mean, to see Hungry Box pull out a Ness
That was stupid.
that late in the tournament,
That
I
was stupid.
agree. It was stupid, but it was entertaining.
It was entertaining.
Shrooms matches were great as Dr. Mario. I
Those were
loved
so
watching
good.
that, and I really enjoy seeing Dr. Pee-Pee's Falco, and to see him go Marth, I'm sure it made more strategic sense, and
He had a pee
made for
shirt.
made for a very entertaining grand finals. But
Mhm.
I'm just sitting there thinking, like, I I would want to see the Falco. Just
Yeah.
for my entertainment's sake.
To be honest, he should have done
It's just-
both. Like he was right to pick Marth as the counter pick, to be like, he has the disjointed hitbox and take out Peach and stuff. But once Armada adjusted, he should have switched. Like, I'm more comfortable with Falco, and he's adjusted. He's like the Borg. He adapted, and then just
Mewtwo King's the robot, so
yeah. So
Mewtwo
switch to Falco, and then catch him off guard, and at least play your better character. But
Yeah,
he just
amusingly, Mewtwo King was actually a lot of people wanted to see him beat Dr. PP.
didn't.
Well, a lot of people did because Dr. PP has a terrible track record against fighting Armada,
mhm.
and Mewtwo King in tournament, he's such a robot that I think he's such a robot. He's got a Marth and a Sheik. For what it's worth, he probably had the better shot against Armada, player to player.
Hmm.
And a lot of people agreed on that. But
Mewtwo King had a great Apex though.
yeah, he won. He plays top 3 in every tournament.
That's
Melee
incredible.
singles, melee doubles, brawl singles, and brawl doubles. He won melee doubles, 3rd in melee singles, and 2nd in the others.
Very, very impressive.
We should probably move on to all that.
I agree. I mean,
I guess.
Apex was great, but then you have the story that Evo 2K13 is doing a donation drive. And granted, we're looking at an outdated article here because the statistics are vastly different. We'll get to that soon. But the top 10 standings as of January 13th, and we're here on the 18th now, they came out with a list of games, and then say you donate money to breast cancer, and the winning game would get into the eighth game, or sorry, the first place game out of this list would get the 8th spot in the Evo list. So you had My Little Pony Fighting is Magic with $3,519.50, and I won't get that specific. But anyway, they changed the rules because Fighting is Magic is not that far along, and so they gave some other rules, which it really doesn't matter. Anyway, Melee in second place on this list as of the 13th, but there's more on that later. Then Skullgirls, Guilty Gear XX, Soul Cal 5, Dive, Kick, Dead or Alive 5, Blaze Blue, Virtua Fighter 5, and Super Smash Bros. Brawl. The Melee at On Me podcast.
Spelled.
I'm gonna ask them if I can make an anti-donation. I'm like, here's $100. Please subtract this from Brawl. Thank you.
And put it towards Melee.
Yeah.
The Melee at On Me podcast had obviously a podcast. They were a Smash podcast recently, whether it was last night or a couple nights
Get
ago.
off our turf.
Seriously. Well, they basically asked their listeners to help donate money, and then whatever they would donate, or the difference of the donations before and after the podcast, they said that they would donate. I think it was triple the amount.
Yep, up to
Well,
1,000.
Yeah, they added what was it? I mean, it was either 9,000 or 14,000. Like, there is a lot of money right now, and Melee is heavily in the lead right now. Granted, there is still about 10 or 11 days left to go. I think it ends on the 29th.
According to Smashboard, it's over 14K. Woo!
That's right, $14,128 for Melee, over 6,000 for Skullgirls. So a very hefty lead.
See all that? People who think video games are violent, we're helping breast cancer.
There you go.
That's the best justification ever.
I think it's just ironic in a way, and granted, I would love seeing Melee at Evo, but considering what Evo did with the Smash tournament or the scene and community last time, I think it would be a bit ironic that Melee comes out and wins this, and they're like, "Oh, crap, we have to put that Smash game in."
Well, Mr.
Then everyone
Wizard,
shows.
Mr. Wizard did say he's not going to try and run it this time if they
good.
win. Because there's someone referenced a tweet. Oh my gosh, Link! Oh my gosh, stop it! Someone referenced a tweet he made that he's like, yeah, we already tried items, and he's like, I had my fun, I'm done, kind of thing. So like he would let our community essentially dictate it, more or less.
Good.
So I have more hope for it this time. But yeah, the last time was just a train wreck. So
We'll update you next time on the show. It'll be a couple weeks. It'll be over by then. Hoping Melee gets in. that'd be fantastic, and it would be something to even more look forward to Evo there. That'd be fantastic. The hilarity of the week. I guess some other possible
Moogly
options.
moogly.
You know, stuff about like a fridge with EA Sports, and then there's this Glee thing that just came out today,
God,
where they horribly ripped
off.
off Jonathan Colton's Baby Got Back cover. Like, didn't even try, and didn't even give him any credit, and that's a messy situation. But I was going through Kotaku and looking at all these articles, and one piqued my interest, and it made me smile, and I think at the very least it would be, very amusing.
Okay, so here's my question when you were going through the candidates. You are aware that this is an audio podcast, yes? And that we cannot quite show the pictures, yes.
Well, we cannot show the pictures, but we do have the links.
So funny, guys. It's so funny.
We have the links in our show notes that we recommend you go and look at.
Say, we do have a video part of the live stream. Why don't you just put it there?
Maybe. Okay, we can try that.
Oh, not so audio after all.
Oh, snap.
So we're back to the video podcast. I don't want to be Mickey.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Put Mickey over Buzz's face on his picture. Just do that.
Sure.
You want to manage the podcast and do all this photo work? You go for it.
Googly eyes in games.
He doesn't have a squeaky toy, he'll bark.
No, that's mine.
Journey
Yeah.
with googly eyes. Then you have Dishonored with googly eyes.
It's so funny, guys.
Far Cry 3.
He's gonna kick me off the show next week.
Halo 4.
We got Buzz back kicking Tony.
One of the best Black Ops 2. Borderlands 2. Sleeping Dogs. I didn't think Papo and Yo looked like this, but there's Papo and Yo. Max Payne 3. XCOM.
But scrolling to the comments, I think the God of War one is probably the best.
I agree. You got it.
You asleep yet, people listening to the record of this?
And Banjo-Tooie. Oh, wait, that's not that different.
Yeah.
Well, what would you pick as hilarity of the week, since you guys helped so much with the outline? Yes, I went there.
I didn't have a computer till like today.
No Johns, bro.
I didn't
No
oppose the
times.
googly eyes. Hilarity. I support googly eyes.
God, Kratos.
I wasn't done the Colton one.
I like the refrigerator.
What about the refrigerator, then?
Wait, what refrigerator are we talking about? Because I just saw one at work that was like Wi-Fi enabled and
That,
Like,
that apparently.
yeah, okay. I thought it was like in the fridge at first. Like you have it like Netflix.
Wi-Fi at the red. Man,
Like,
you gotta
it's just
put
the mayonnaise.
you gotta put your laptop in the refrigerator for the Wi-Fi to work.
Yeah.
Keeps
Oh man,
keeps your system cool.
so stupid.
A little
Stay
bit.
cool. Computers stay cool.
What's next? Layout, outline guy.
That thing.
Oh,
Oh, we have a story
Oh my
pool.
God.
I'm gonna get to my ridiculous Steam shenanigans just before my
Fetch me a
soapbox.
Powerade, water boy.
Oh, what a boy!
Well, this is
What
what
do you
this
call
list
yo?
is?
What a boy! If he still don't answer, the PS4 locking down used games with near-field communication. Granted, boomer. Oh no, we don't want googly eyes on the full screen. Ah, look at that. Okay.
And Super's pre-show was better.
Well, to make it better, I've been quietly nomming on this candy cane.
That's good. So is this just a rumor? Remember that rumor about PlayStation inserting ads in the game?
Yes.
I don't think that'll happen, and I don't think this will happen.
I don't think so either. It would be awful for GameStop, and you want to talk about game consoles trying to still keep those good relations with retailers. This would not be the way to do it.
Exactly.
But I don't know. Stranger things have happened. Something to keep an eye on. And then I don't know if this second one I have listed here, because I don't know what your soapbox is, Tony, but were you going to talk about Final Fantasy All the Bravest in your soapbox?
No, I'm not even aware of it. I've like had a tab open for 2
I
days
forgot that's
long.
part of my 2013 resolution is to play
No, it's
Final
not.
Fantasy all over.
No, it's not. No, it's not. You're gonna pay the $46 in all
No,
that they're
no.
trying to offer.
Oh, that's right. I wanted this to be the hilarity of the week because when little I read it was retarded.
You want?
Oh my gosh,
Like-
it hurts
oh, come
so
on.
bad because
Yeah, that's why.
it's such a great nostalgic throwback. I love those games. I recognize all those sprites and bad guys, but it's just like, why would you do this, Square? Why?
What is this?
What is this?
You
gotta
have been
draw the
swooped.
line, man.
You want to purchase a golden hourglass for 99 cents and get back up and keep fighting? Like, are you kidding me?
I mean, if they made a thing where it's like, here's a starter character, and then it's like each game you pay like maybe a few cents for the other characters. I don't know.
1 penny. That's what it's worth.
Just dumb.
I don't know. I'm looking at this Fever screenshot and I'm kind of face palming.
I'd rather play Mega Man over or Zover or whatever the fuck.
Zover, crossover,
Mega Man is over.
Yeah, no.
harder,
Oh,
better,
man.
faster, stronger, never over.
Guys, just make 15. Hurry up. This is getting sad. Better yet, Kingdom Hearts 3, because the wait on that one's been a lot longer.
There you go. Out recently is the full console release of The Walking Dead, and it was kind of plagued by glitches.
Yep.
Go
It's on my
figure.
shelf.
I said that on Destructoid too. They were like, it's so buggy, but apparently some people like played it so like aggressively and linearly in one sitting that they didn't notice the bugs because they didn't ever save their game. So,
Is that what does it?
So, like that's a big part of it is the saving. There were other glitches too, but yeah, like there were a lot of save game bugs that were frustrating players.
Are they gonna patch it?
Probably.
I think they've already tried one patch or something like that.
I heard the 4 gig Xbox can't.
Yeah, that's not surprising because it's a 4 gig Xbox. Who buys that? Who
A
is
lot of
serious-
people
Well, I mean,
at my job.
who's serious about
same-
games?
The same people who buy Final Fantasy All the Bravest.
There you go. It all comes
That's
back
a fair one.
together.
A reverse segue? Is that what that is?
Yeah, sure.
Bring it back.
Retro segue, yeah.
Dovetailing on-
Hawken came out, so did Street Fighter Cross Mega Man. Apparently, they're coming out with a version 2 of it with, fixes and all that.
What buzz?
Sorry. I clicked a link off of the Final Fantasy the Bravest and to the article, The Slow Excruciating Death of Final Fantasy.
That's good.
And
I'll look at that.
I'm dying because it just adds more detail, being like, wow, Square, what happened? Final Fantasy, screw you, give us money. That's the name of the game. The new game.
Anarchy Reigns also came out. That's the spiritual successor to Mad World. That was on the Wii, but now it's on the 360 and PS3, and it's not in black and white. So, hey, go figure. And then DMC Devil May Cry came out to actually good reviews. And then people who are like, nah, this Dante and terrible, and Capcom doing all the things wrong, and oh wait, we might have to bite our tongue.
I've heard that people say this is how you reboot a franchise.
Interesting.
It's like they did everything. Yeah, I've heard good things about it. Also,
I watched
this
a video
probably.
I mean, I've heard good things about it, just not going that far.
I
Well-
watched a video on it. It hurt my brain.
There's a lot going on. The setting and the story and the character, it seemed to look a lot better than I initially thought. By the way, to those who care and are going to get it, Best Buy's got this deal right now where you buy the game and you get Resident Evil 6 for like $10.
Mm-hmm.
That's really good. So do that because you might have till tomorrow. So that's the thing to look at.
Yep.
Hmm.
Yep. But otherwise, like, we're in the lull right now. Although, on Tuesday, Ni no Kuni. Oh my gosh, Ni no Kuni.
Anybody know what
Demo?
I'm talking about?
Yes, I do.
Ni no Kuni,
Okay.
Wrath of the White Witch.
Nope.
It's
Hype.
the Miyazaki cel-shaded, beautiful game.
Hype.
Oh.
It's
Have
gonna
you-
be really good.
Have you played the demo, Yoko?
No, but all the things I'm reading about it
It's
make
fun.
it sound fantastic.
It's really fun. But I gotta beat Okami still.
There you go.
It's gonna take me forever.
Let's get to our soapbox, as we have about 25 minutes left of the show. Before I do that, I threw something in here that I have to talk to my future self for next year. Cool your jets on Steam sales, bro. Seriously, I got overall 22 games. 22 games. Like you have a big enough backlog already. What the hell are you doing? I know. It's a great deal. But hold on and don't buy so many games. Granted, a lot of these were in the packs that they have, like the multiple games, and yeah, it's great and all. I were to list the games that I got during this Steam winter sale. Secret of Monkey Island 2, all these Prince of Persia games in the pack. Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time, Prince of Persia: The Two Thrones, Prince of Persia: Warrior Within, Prince of Persia: The Forgotten Sands, and the Prince of Persia 2009 game. Borderlands 2, Dishonored, The Walking Dead, Castle Crashers, Mark of the Ninja, Sleeping Dogs, Torchlight 2, Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, To the Moon, Symphony, Little Inferno, Hitman Codename 47, Hitman 2 Silent Assassin, Hitman Blood Money, and Darksiders 2. 22 games with this Steam sale, and how much did it set me back? Well,
A lot.
the average is just under $8. So from a bargain side of things, I did a pretty good job overall. It just unfortunately totaled $168.09.
Which, by the way, is less than 3 full priced games at retail.
This is very true.
Mhm.
So it is a
So listen to this, future Yoko. We'll be back at episode 151 and see how you did.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that
Probably
one.
worse.
I hope I'm right.
That's gonna be interesting to look back on. But granted, at least I'm making the money with this job, so it's not putting me in the red or anything remotely near that. But still, your backlog, dude. That's why you do these resolutions. Anyhow, Pokemon X and Y. That's a thing.
You
I can't believe this wasn't a headline.
You basically bought your resolution for next year.
Yeah, no kidding, right? But I'm surprised it wasn't a headline too. But then we had bigger things come up, like I don't know, that Apex thing and hardware, and I don't know, the whole gun thing was kind of important.
That up there.
So I figured I'd talk about Pokemon X and Y as my soapbox. We didn't really expect Gen 6 this early. It's nice to have a 3DS game. It looks rather nice. I'm really enjoying the more dynamic camera angles. It's nice to finally not use sprites and that kind of thing anymore. The 3D looks like it's going to be really interesting and well done. Although you had some of like the Pokemon Rainbow rumors that was interesting, but very pleased with this overall. I guess people's like, oh, they're running out of colors now, so they do X and Y, and well, you think the third game Z, and it's kind of like the third dimension, X, Y, and Z. Oh my god. You have the starter Pokemon. The grass starter looks like an otter thing with a green hat, and his name is Chespin.
Nick likes Chespin.
It's a neat hat.
We've talked about this one a lot. We're everyone at my work. Nate has started playing Gold,
Mm-hmm.
and he loves it. So we're all probably gonna play this at the same time, and that's gonna be really cool.
Nice. Well, yeah, you will, because it's a worldwide release of October 2013.
That too.
Sweet.
Hot damn. Fennekin, the
Yay.
Ox Pokemon that's looking to be my favorite so far.
That's everybody's favorite.
Uh-huh.
And Froakie. Froakie's terrible.
Yep.
Froakie the frog, the water starter. There is the word going around that these have subtypes, which thank goodness they've done it this way. Chespin as a grass and dark, Fennekin as a fire and psychic, and Froakie as a water and fighting. I'm not sure if that's entirely confirmed, but if that's true, yes. Neat. Absolutely. All of the yes. And you're kind of seeing this because you have like some sort of night slash-ish attack that Chessman does, and Fennekin uses something like Confusion, so it stands to reason that, the Dark, Psychic, and Fighting have that little weakness and strength kind of triangle, just like the Grass, Fire, and Water.
Right. Plus, there's like, I just kind of like the idea of a fire psychic.
Oh, me too.
Oh, definitely. And it kind of makes sense with how foxes are kind of portrayed in Japanese mythology. But Pokemon X and Y, they have the legendaries. You have Xerneas, who is this deer that has rainbow antlers. Rainbow antlers!
It's Harry Potter's dad!
People were making some ties to a Miyazaki.
Sounds like Ridge Racer.
Ridge Racer. Like a Guardian of the Forest or something like that. Tony, any thoughts? Miyazaki?
I just made a Harry Potter's dad joke. That's all I got.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm referencing?
Maybe.
Okay, that's good.
That'd be for the X, and then the Y will be Yveltal. Yveltal? Weird spelling. Yveltal. Yveltal. A bird, kind of, red and black. Kind of pretty cool looking, not gonna lie.
It's a bird?
It's more of a hawk bird.
Oh, that was kind of like a dragony thing.
Anyway.
That's all I had to add, is it looked kind of dragony.
I'm really more excited for the three-dimensional Pokemon world, not going to lie. Some of those, video...
It looks really cool, the presentation.
Absolutely. And the worldwide release, great. Because that is something that's been plaguing Pokemon games lately, is the, 9-month wait from, Japanese to the English version. And
it's silly. It's silly when they clearly have the money.
Oh, sure. Absolutely. So, I mean, that's going to be something you're going to be hearing about during 2013. I'm excited about the game, and it's Pokemon, so
I'm excited
there you
about
go.
Street Passing.
Oh, no kidding. All the 3DS features? For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Pokemon X and Y, yes.
Also, Megami likes Froakie, and I wanted to ask her to be on the show, so you take that back.
Okay. Froakie isn't terrible because Megami said so.
Okay. Do you want me to do my soapbox now?
Yes, please.
I don't got much, but as a general update, I have a new computer and a $150 microphone, and it's cool, and I like it. And I finally have a professional setup, and I'm going to start doing things again, because I've missed a few of these shows, I think, lately. It sucks.
Yeah. I think the only thing you need to do now is kind of work on your room a little bit, because it's a bit echoey.
A bit. You'll get it sorted out, though.
Figured out. I'll just put blankets everywhere on the walls.
Blankets everywhere.
Pretty much. And also I watched Evangelion 3, and it was really screwed up. So good job on making it screwed up again, guys.
Yeah, it was making too much sense.
It was like the movies were pretty much the show but toned down and not as harsh. And then all of a sudden you go to the third movie and it's like super harsh out of nowhere. So thanks for that false sense of security. That's about all I got. Buzz, what the hell you been doing, man?
Nothing.
That's good. No soapbox?
My soapbox is just kind of generic in that I'm kind of tired of the people hating on the Ouya still. I can't remember if I soapboxed this before, but it's still going on, particularly when they posted the unboxing of when the developers got their dev kits, is all the haters kind of came back out and were like, whoa, that's so stupid. They're like, who wants to play phone games on your TV? And it's like, oh my gosh, for the last time. It's not for playing phone games on your TV. It won't even be hooked to Google Play. So people just need to chill.
That's kind of missing the point of what Ouya is, just to say phone games.
Yeah. Well, it's just like, okay, so what would the alternative be? It doesn't use Android, and everybody has to write all their code from scratch, and I don't get it. Like, I don't understand why, it uses Android, therefore it can only play phone games. Like, no, I'm not buying a new Ouya to play Angry Birds on my TV. I'm sorry, I'm not. That's just
You're buying it to play Mutant Mole Mayhem on your TV.
Exactly. But yeah, so that's my soapbox.
We're doing stuff with that.
So
And
we're
you
gonna
should see
have
something of fruition with that soon, by the way, with moles.
Ooh.
we're gonna play moles on our TVs, and then we're gonna switch over and play some Zero to D on there,
Yeah.
and then moles are gonna be a special character in Zero to D.
Yeah,
Must
there you
buy.
go. Guest IPs. There you go.
I'll post a teaser on the Show Me News front page soon enough. It's just a little picture anyway, so look forward to that.
I'm disappointed that no one's going to be soapboxing about the Sonic fan film.
No one is going to be doing that because I haven't seen it yet.
I have. It's terrible.
I've been pushing it back because I just don't want to see it, and I feel like that's going to be awful.
It is. I've seen it. It's bad.
It's pretty bad.
I don't think I'll have any sort of anarchist humor from this. I'm just going to look at this, and it's going to be playing, and there's going to be things about it, and I'm just going to feel even worse.
That's
Like,
how I felt. I just felt like, and then I was just went about my day.
I'm just because like my life is not going to be enriched by this experience.
Not even in a bad way. Not
Yeah.
even in like a
So bad
memorable way. Just like I want those 20 minutes back way.
Can I make the point, and I did this on Twitter and all that, but at about 13:01 in the movie, they show a shot where like Sonic is riding one of the little bots on wheels, and someone's gonna correct me like they're called this. But yeah, Sonic's riding.
I don't even know the badniks names.
Yeah, Sonic's riding one of those, and then he jumps off, and the screen is kind of letterboxed, even though it's widescreen. I know, really strange.
We've had a talk with that. That's stupid in general and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Sonic,
I hate that 21:9.
when Sonic jumps off of this badnik, he jumps out of the frame and into the letterbox.
He pinkie pied the hell out of that.
Granted, it's only for a few frames, and it looks like an animation mistake. But wow, for the like 2 years or whatever the history of this movie is that you spent on that, you'd think that you'd catch something like that. Now, granted, a lot of the animation took a lot of work. The visual effects very impressive. Too bad too bad the portrayal of the characters and the writing and
The plot.
and Jaleel White as Sonic. I'm sorry, the dude is washed up. And I know,
Well,
like, it's, you know, for those fans, it's like, okay, it's Jaleel White or nothing. But that was blah.
Sounds older now.
Let me just put one thing out there.
Okay.
Jaleel White actually recorded 2 separate tracks for this movie. One where he used his old kind of Sonic voice, and one that was dubbed the kind of older voice that Eddie LeBron wanted him to use for the movie. We don't know which one he chose, but we're fairly certain it wasn't the one we wanted.
That's a pretty good way of putting it.
That's good. First Sonic performance in freaking like 15 years, and it's like, screw them. I'm gonna do something different.
Yeah.
And then there's the part
also-
where the girl is like awkwardly having the hots for Sonic, and it's referencing in a way the Sonic 06
Because
thing.
that's the pinnacle of the franchise.
No, you say no.
You say no.
And then he gets out of there.
I got that. No one else did. The best part of that to me, they had so many cameos, and I'm not condoning them or saying that it makes it good, but Doug Walker was like a troop, and Sonic saved him, and he ran away, and Doug Walker just gave the best. What the hell just happened? Just kind of deal.
And that was the first time Sonic had talked, so I think that was also part of the what the hell.
Also,
good.
Sonic
The mouth animation and I'm sorry.
Sonic looked like Skylanders Sonic or like New Crash Bandicoot.
What was
Sonic.
with the hair?
I don't know.
I know why. There's not enough time to explain.
Terrible. Geez, what else? Oh yeah, you're talking about the cameos. James Rolfe as a reporter, Stuttering Craig as this male voice, whatever. Brental Floss is in there. Throwing random internet celebrities in there to make people want to watch your movie is not the way to do it. But then you look in the comments and you have the ignorant YouTube mass and be like, hey, it's this person. I love this video now. And like, you suck.
You suck. That's it.
Yeah, Ego Raptor and Kerbifer as voices, and I mean, granted, like I liked the actor for Eggman, but you gotta embellish that mustache more.
That's what I thought. But he did a good job.
He did.
Also, wasn't it like it seemed like a part one of the movie, but they're not making it anymore?
I think the idea was just like it was kind of like to see what it would be like in concept.
Well, that's not a good idea.
I
when you excessively sprinkle things out like there's going to be more, cliffhangers like Knuckles is there, and I'm like, good.
Real world forest to Green Hill Zone. That makes sense.
Knuckles' hands
you can
look
see Marvel's
normal.
in the wild. Yeah, and he's got fingers in his gloves.
Knuckles' hands look normal, so they looked weird. Even though they theoretically already look weird. We don't need to talk about this. Is nothing fun to say.
Sorry, Super. What's your soapbox?
I wanted to say that I'll be starting to do a couple more things around the fandom a bit more than I've been the last year or so.
Cool.
I have set up.
Yoko all like neat.
I am.
That's pretty much it. It literally is. Just
I
kind
could
of
use
a
the
neat
help.
thing. Yeah.
Of course.
I have gotten in contact with some people to help with the site, and
did you really just bring that up while Buzz is on the show?
Hey, he's busy with life. Buzz, are you busy with life?
I'm always busy with life.
There we go. I'm not saying he's getting replaced. Nobody's getting I feel like Woody. Nobody is getting replaced.
Well, hey there, I'm Slinky Dog.
I'm Woody. Howdy.
Moving buddy. You don't have one? Get one.
And I have set up a space next to my computer so I can start streaming games again. And hopefully I'll have people to join me while I do so. I'm not going for straight grumping it up here.
Are you looking
You'd be
through the
grumping.
internet?
Sounds like a dance.
No.
Like he's crumping, but he's grumping.
I'm grumping. Everybody, I'm grumping on him. No, there is a kind of difference between how I plan on doing things and how the grumps do them. Mainly, I plan
not part of this.
No.
Are you using someone else?
You can be a part of it if you want to, but like, I plan on playing co-op games, and not a lot of these are online. That's kind of.
We'll do our own show later.
Yeah, we'll do our own show
with hookers and blackjack.
Yeah, except you'll still be involved, so there's no reason to make you jealous.
Yeah. Okay, but for main thing is the grumps are bad at games. Flat out, they're bad.
I don't care.
I know, I don't care either. They're funny, but they're bad. And there's sometimes where they're just a little too bad. And it starts to get a little grating on the nerves. So, when I stream, I plan on not being bad. So he'll
wait for you to be bad.
Yeah, you say that now, and then weird things will happen on the stream.
No, I might learn. Okay, let me put it this way: they don't learn from their mistakes. They'll make a mistake, and they'll never learn from it. And I think we can all agree there is kind of a point in Donkey Kong Country 2 where they could have learned from their mistakes, and they did not.
My favorite comment on the subreddit was because John didn't do any of the extra stuff, he just did level to level. As somebody was like, somewhere Swanky Kong is with all these extra lives going, oh, where are they?
Yeah.
They never went to Swanky Kong once.
Never went to Swanky Kong. Never friggin' used Funky Kong to any effect to go back and save if needed to. I think the thing that really tears it is that like John took the controller away from Ego and still ended up game overing. So I'm just like, oh great, you game overed and Ego doesn't get any experience to get better at this game, so he can't even hope to be a help to you.
I like that the episode was called Finale question mark.
And they haven't played it since.
It's like, did they quit Yoshi's Island and all? We don't need to talk about this.
But it's just like I do plan on starting the stream games.
He's
again.
gonna do stuff. I'm gonna do stuff because I actually have a workstation to do so. So I'll try to be social media ambassador and whatnot.
Like I mentioned earlier, I have gotten the parts together to build a computer. I just have to have the money for it.
You need to dispel the catchphrase.
I need to dispel the catchphrase, and I'm gonna be a little bit honest here, and I'm actually going to be dropping a hint for something that I'm going to be working on. But when I get the new computer, that will not be the last you hear of the catchphrase. That's all I'm gonna say.
Hope you auction it.
That'd be funny.
It's like show me your news, like paraphernalia.
But I haven't talked to any of these guys about it, but I kind of have a plan for it.
Okay. Well, you hear that? Me and Super are gonna start doing stuff. Yoko's gonna keep being awesome. Buzz is gonna go back to the Raptors. It's gonna be great.
Buzz is gonna go back to call dropped status.
Is that what happened?
That just happened.
Other M's amazing. Okay.
I don't
And
know.
with that.
I don't know what Tony just said about what Buzz going back to, but I heard Raptors.
Yes.
I think he meant rafters, but I heard raptors too.
He's like Raptors.
Ooh.
So that's
I'm
what.
bad at words.
What
Big
about,
surprise.
that's the life he's been doing. He's actually been trying to build Jurassic Park this entire time.
Well, we have about 5 minutes left of the show. Let's get to the thought. Oh, Buzz, come back.
Well, and in the meantime, let's get to the thought.
The thought regards the Game of the Year awards. I wanted to know, reactions, what went well, what could be improved for next year. If you haven't heard the Game of the Year awards, it's episode 125. It's call fail. What the hell? Episode 125 of our podcast. I put a lot of work into it. In fact, there were a stretch of several days where all I did was I woke up, I went to the computer, I edited all day, and then I went back to bed. Like, for several days in a row. It was bad. In fact, Christmas Eve was when I spent time with the family and all that, but it was pretty much like, Christmas Day I did some fun stuff, but like the 26th through the 29th was editing all day, and like still for the 30th we made it to the very last hour.
I went to see Django on Christmas.
That's cool.
Just aside. Keep talking. I thought it was good. Good job. I mean, I can't imagine putting that much work into it. Hopefully I'll learn some editing and I can help next year.
Yeah, that'd be great. And it would also help that, the two of you having jobs at the worst times, so
oh god.
we lose an SMYN mini edition segment.
It started working, by the way.
Oh, fantastic. When he says lost, he doesn't mean we lost time and didn't do it. Super literally lost it.
Oh no, I'm aware.
I didn't lose it. It didn't record. There was nothing to lose because it never existed.
You lost it. Buzz thinks it's hilarious.
Buzz, did you get to hear the Game of the Year awards?
No, I haven't yet.
Aww.
I have a lot of catching up to do.
It was fun, I think.
Well, if you need to catch up on gaming throughout the year, might I suggest a podcast that I know?
It is called
Irony.
That other Smash Brothers podcast we mentioned earlier.
And Super, I take it you heard it as well?
Say that again?
I take it you heard the show as well?
Yes.
Okay, because I was worried that I would be like, so let's talk about the Game of the Year awards, and then none of you heard it, and it'll be like, well, screw me, right?
Yeah. No, I listened to it right away. I got out of work, I sat down, I downloaded it, went to sleep, woke up, and started listening to it.
Cool.
Because I have loyalty.
There you go.
I wish I could sing.
Yeah.
I was not brought on for any sort of singing this year, and that kind of annoyed me.
I'm
Sorry.
happy about it.
No, I doubt I could have recorded anything anyway.
Like you had time to do so. I know. A lot of people liked the Professor Layton song. I agree. That was, I think,
Amusing.
one of the high moments of the show. We didn't have any terrible segments this year, like Vaporware. That was a good thing. I think the whole show flowed pretty smoothly. Some people are saying it was the best show yet. I tend to agree. I put the most work into it.
I like the red carpet special a lot.
I agree.
Shout out to them.
Adobe and Mop Top do a really good job with that, and that's fun to listen to. Real Men of Gaming is always a staple.
I like that you had to do both parts.
Did I? Yeah, I did.
You did.
Because that was a last day kind of thing, so had to be done. Wow. I mean, it was so much work, and I'm glad it ultimately paid off. But yeah, something has to be done next year where we facilitate the process and everything is not placed on me, because I tried to do guests and all that I thought would respond quickly and with no problem. Like, I didn't want any stress with like, oh, try to contact Little Karibo and Ego Raptor and have that not happen. I didn't want any of that. And then still it somehow
Ego Raptor anymore.
it still somehow was so stressful that people, were not getting back to me quickly. Like,
Well, something I have to say is kind of amusing is that while I did listen to the full episode all at once, I don't remember hearing my voice once. Like, I know I was on there a few times.
you did have the What Are You Playing?
That was the only time, and even then, I don't think I did a good job on that.
Then you had the Game of the Year nominee
Yeah.
readings.
Yep. I know. I know I was on there a couple times. I just don't remember anything that I said in the entire time.
Eh.
Eh.
I was there for it.
He was there.
We did have that random felt like last minute Skype call, so that was about it. Anyway, I hope people really enjoyed that award show, because it took a lot of effort, and I'm pleased with it. So I'm glad that happened. But man, during the production of it, it's just like, can this be over now?
Oh, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And Samurai
Mhm.
Panda came back, so there you go.
Yeah, that was really cool.
That guy?
Get
Yeah,
to have him on a
that
show.
guy. He says he wants to be a guest before he becomes full-time doctor, so
Are we gonna be able to stay for that one?
Yeah.
well, sure.
He kicked us off, remember? But it ended up being 4 hours, so I was actually happy about it. I'm like, God, this would have been longer if we were on there.
I had things to do.
Yeah,
It's almost like someone had predicted that would happen.
okay.
And saved you the trouble.
To be fair, that guy predicted it was going to be 3 hours
True. Well, Buzz,
before he gets too hotty.
Mm-hmm.
I hope real life doesn't continue to kick your ass, and that
Hope
you
not.
can be
It's
on
fun,
more
at least,
shows. I really enjoy having you on, and I really value your contributions. So I would like to have you on more shows, please.
Yeah, me too. Well, I'll definitely try. It's just been a crazy year, but
Mhm.
the crazy year's over. So hopefully I can start a less crazy year.
All right, New Year's resolution.
Yeah, make it to Show Me Your News. Yeah.
5 times.
Well, we've covered a lot of things today. It is the start of a new year. We're hoping
This
for
will be
great.
the year where we. Oh, ow!
This will be the year. Boom, 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 boom.
Where Tony breaks things. That just
Oh, that hurt.
I have a new computer.
Tony won't be having a next year.
He broke his knee on his keyboard tray.
This year is off to a great start.
This will be the year, and that doesn't bode well. But
We should
we're gonna
start the
do
year like
something.
this every year.
We're gonna do something. We're gonna try to break free of our. We're gonna try to make the show big and do a lot of things.
To
with it.
break free.
I don't know if it's gonna work
Hopefully.
out, but we're damn sure gonna try.
Part of the reason I brought up funds last year was this year I would like to fly some places and meet
Yay.
some ninjas for once. like I said, if you listen to the pre-show, I talked about the pre-show, didn't I? My tax return.
Oh yeah.
Last year, lost a lot of money, so the whole year sucked, and I just couldn't afford anything.
Not to be confused with the Super Tony pre-show,
Yeah.
which you tune in an hour early to all the recordings, and we'll try to do that. And just me and Super talking.
And I just had to mock other M from the Skype chat. That's what
I know. It showed up on the video. Don't worry. Good job.
I think one of those places you should fly to is a little thing called Youmacon.
Yes.
I mean, there's continually more and more Smynges every year, so.
I wanted to go to that, and funds permitting. Oh man, I really do want to go to Apex, even if it was just to watch, like, just to be there, like,
in the crowd.
Like, because in the years past, you go to like old school stuff, like FC6 and MLG and all those good classic tournaments, what used to be the big ones. I wanted to go to just one, just to say I went. I never did, so.
Super told me they were chanting yes at one point.
At one point they did, yes.
I was so happy to hear that.
And then some people were going, no.
That's a thing too.
Yeah.
Chanting yes for what?
And then there was
it's a wrestling thing.
Oh,
like Tony likes to bring up.
Yeah, and friggin' yipes of it's Marvel Baby fame. He was so drunk, and he was just running around the stage during the Brawl finals.
Oh my gosh.
And he was he was taking side bets.
Was he the one who fell off the stage in that last set for Brawl?
So. I think it was Yipes, but I'm not sure.
I'll tell you what I would like to do. If I can't gain any actual skill in the game, I'll just start practicing commentating all year, and then I'll get there and I'll be like, "Hi, Apex, I'm gonna commentate. Step aside." And they'll be like, "No."
I am the buzzsaw.
Dang it.
Actually, I'm gonna note this because it's something I'm gonna be trying to do soon. Is that I'm gonna be working on commentary for games, mostly brawl matches because that's the tournaments we're going to be at. Because so far I haven't done a very good job. I've actually been praised for some of my commentary in the past, but I don't think it's on par because I don't know the players very well. But
I'm better at the play-by-play. You can handle the color commentary.
That would probably work really well. So, coming 2013.
There you go. It's going to be a big year, and we hope that you are along for the ride.
Yeah.
Anyway, were we good to wrap things up?
Yeah, that was the longest outro ever.
Yeah.
I think we can wrap things up.
Okay, good. Big year. With that, I'm Yoko.
I'm the buzzsaw.
I'm Super.
I'm Tony.
And we're out.
Show me your news.
So, Buzz, you have some news about Smash Nexus.
Yay! I'm working on it. First
And
off,
some people are like, what is that?
I was gonna say, does anyone even remember what Smash Nexus was supposed to be?
I kind of remember.
Anyone in the chat, like, did you even, like...
I remember that was the URL for the site. That's about it.
Yeah,
I
that's what
remember.
figured. Well,
I just thought I'd throw that out there.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't know. Probably because it never came to fruition because I was a really lousy programmer 6 years ago and I couldn't make it work, so I gave up and let it silently die a painful death. Anyway,
because it was a really good idea.
Well, I'm bringing it back now that I have a brain that works.
He really doesn't know, and he's just bullshitting everybody.
Let me tell you and
Yeah,
everyone in the chat so they know what it is.
Remember.
The Smash Nexus is supposed to revolutionize the way we handle Smash videos.
Yep,
like
I remember.
It's supposed to index videos and collect all the metadata. So, for example, I can do a search and say, I want to see Ken fighting against a fox on Battlefield, or I want to see a Link versus a Link on Pokemon Stadium, or I want to see Armada only when he fights on Yoshi's Story. Like those kind of searches. Like it was all this metadata that you could do any kind of search you wanted. And, it would keep track of like money matches, tournament videos, friendlies, and all that kind of stuff, and just kind of gather it all into one cohesive place. Because if you go into Smashboards right now, it's a mess, you know.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
how you know this is a 6-year-old idea, by the way. How he's using Armada and Ken.
Well, not Armada. Armada just won Apex. That's not
yes,
old. But yes, Ken. Yeah, Ken was an interesting example. But like, if you go to the Smashboard,
Then there's Survivor Gabon.
Yeah, exactly. Like in Smashboards right now, you'll see those compendium threads. It's like here are the really good Kirby videos, and it's just this thread that has 500 links in it. And then you go to another room, and it's like, oh, here's all the
200 young links.
Yeah, and all the
damn it, I was gonna do that.
matches and all this stuff, and each good tournaments come and go, and they post all their videos, and they're popular for a minute, and then they're kind of like lost and like forgotten, and then you're like, how do I find those again? And there's no way to track them. And anyway, so Smash Next is supposed to solve like all of that. It's supposed to be like the de facto Smash search engine. So anyway, I had to present a question. I mean, first off, how many of you guys even look up Smash videos anymore? Do you guys even follow videos? Is this even a product you guys care about?
Sometimes.
If there was a site like that, I probably would use it. Yeah, but if there's not, then no.
Well, the question I wanted to ask is, as I started getting into it and started working on the rating system, like you look at a video and you rate it, I couldn't decide between a really, really like simple system like YouTube, like thumbs up, thumbs down, or a more detailed system like, oh, the amount of skill displayed was 1 to 5 stars, and the quality of the video was 1 to 5 stars, and or whatever else. Like, I just don't know how much people would care, so I don't want to put too much effort in. But but so far I'm looking at like just like a thumbs up, thumbs down type system.
Just make it like a Smash thing instead, like, I don't know, like Bowser F Smash for thumbs up or something.
5 stars, A+, 4 stars.
And I have to agree with Darker Eyes. Like, well, and whenever you have a rating system like 1 to 5 stars, usually it's polar. Usually it's people like hate it and it's 1, or I love it and it's 5. No one's like, oh, I give that a very sophisticated rating of 3 or 4.5. Like, it's like
That's
no,
true.
People are pretty extreme by definition, especially gamers. So
Especially the internet. The internet.
Mostly for that, if I'm going out of my way to rate something, I want it to either wholeheartedly support it or horribly just slam it.
Like, you want to like really affect the rating. You want to pull it way down or pull it way up, but no one.
If it's something I'm mad about, I just kind of don't do it. So
yeah, I give this video a 3.7814.
Should do that on crappy movies on Netflix. I'm like, nope.
But yeah, so I'm gonna make it so you can like do probably a reputation system on videos and then commenting, and all that good stuff.
Smart. But
now I don't know how to make it, because like I said, I was building it it started 6 years ago, for those who don't know. I started this in 2006, late 2005 at some parts.
Cow.
And I had to stop because I got it kind of like working, quote unquote, and I did a search. It took 45 seconds. 45 seconds to do one search. And I was like, don't think people are going to like that. And I like worked on it, and I could not figure out why it was taking so long, so I just like gave up, and I was like, I hate this.
What Nick seems to have when he programs, he's like got it 2 days where it's like, what the hell? And then he'll come back to me like 3 days later. It's like, dude, I got it. There was one property wrong.
Well, that's actually what it came down to. Is here I am, many years later. I finished school. I have a job that I work in databases like all day, every day, and I'm like, it's so simple.
Mm-hmm.
I was such a moron back then. So yeah, it's coming.
Oh, know.
Oh my God, Courage the Cowardly Dog is on, and it's the weird haircut guy.
Oh God.
But anyway, I'll probably make a thread, and or you guys can just PM if you have ideas and or suggestions for the Smash Nexus.
Also, we can donate now.
Woo!
To the Show Me Your News
Money.
community.
Money. Yeah.
Because running a network as far as web space goes is a little pricey.
Yeah.
Fancy that.
Where is it?
It's in the announcements section of the forums. We'll probably find some way to link it on the main page.
Maybe, yeah, on the front.
Yeah.
Well, we already
How do
have
I sound, by the way?
like a piece of crap.
Oh.
Not that bad.
Oh, you sound fine.
No,
We already
really.
No, it's good. It's good.
Okay, because this was expensive.
XOREC who's asking, is there a way to donate besides PayPal? I can add ways. I just don't know of other good ways. PayPal's like the way people get money on the internet.
Pony Express.
Yeah.
We have a donate button. It usually has a pay with a card, pay with
Yeah.
a check. Has
Yeah.
some other option where you don't have to sign.
XO, just in case you didn't know, you can pay without a PayPal account. Like, it'll accept cards and other things to make the payment. But if there's another reason you don't like PayPal, that's understandable too.
He's never gotten PayPal to work.
Okay. Oh, as for your social? Yeah, that's not right. That's not right at all. But I'll poke around and maybe like there's like I can do Google Checkout or something else. There's lots of other services I can poke at, but yeah.
Okay.